the Bitcoin ETF approval might be the biggest type of whale news I have ever heard, and not in a good way. I don't think it's gonna change the massive price action, 80% bull runs we're seeing. I don't think it's gonna do that. And correct me if I'm wrong, it might not happen in that way. So that's what we're gonna be looking in this video. Is this really gonna change crypto forever? Are you gonna be riding off in the sunset with your new Lamborghini? And we are gonna be seeing more of awesome content in that way, that crypto really has seen massive price opportunities. That would be great, right? Everyone would be happy in that way. But is it that really gonna happen? Nobody knows for sure, but it could be so much in terms that Bitcoin could go up 5-10%. Again, not financial advice, but not as a term when people are saying that Bitcoin is going to reach 120,000 because of this. Because much more money needs to get pumped to see 120K. And I mean much, much more, as like probably real estate coming into crypto. And tokenization is going to be a big thing probably in the next few years. So if we see that approval, which is going to happen, or if we see multiple approvals, there is probably updates to happen. There is probably good news. Don't get me wrong. Everybody's going to be happy about that. But it's not going to change the way you think. It's not going to change overnight. It's not going to change today. It's not going to change tomorrow. And the real excitement I'm seeing is the long-term excitement. Like more people from stocks coming into crypto. Imagine the Bitcoin ETF denied this January. Will 2024 still be bullish for crypto? Yes, no opinion, show results. So basically 20% think crypto ETFs being declined is actually going to turn into a bearish scenario. So that's going to be pretty scary in that sense. I would be definitely scared if it gets declined. Again, a lot of these institutions, some of them might even give up with the SEC stuff we're seeing right now. That's problematic. That's definitely problematic in that sense. Like people have been waiting for that for such a long time. And in reality, if we see these institutions get declined, as there was rumors, a lot of these institutions might say, okay, forget crypto. We basically spent 10 million on this. We might have to reapply again. We will be maybe reapplying a few years later. So that's going to be the big problem about it that I'm worried about. But in the long-term sense, there could be some price updates, some price actions that a lot of people are seriously waiting about.
One clip went quite viral, and I want to share this with you in case you haven't watched it yet.
Crypto investors waiting with bated breath for approval of a Bitcoin ETF. Will it happen? And perhaps will it happen as soon as this week? Kate Rooney, that's the question.
Hey, David, yeah, that is the question. A Bitcoin ETF, it's now widely expected to get the green light this week. Two sources close to the process now telling me it's looking like Wednesday, which is also the deadline for Cathie Wood's ARK and 21 shares bid. Then I'm told potential trading would happen Thursday or Friday, but it has been a moving target here on dates. The SEC is expected to approve a handful of applications at once.
So yeah, they're expected to approve that, but we don't even know if that's going to happen in that sense. Like, could it happen? Sure. Will it happen? We aren't too sure about that. Like, that would be definitely the best case scenario in that sense, but it doesn't mean it will happen. Doesn't mean it means it could potentially be seeing those price updates that we need to see. But again, nobody knows for sure. Nobody knows what's going to happen to crypto, and that's the worrying factor.
An already publicly traded Bitcoin trust, GBTC, into an ETF, so known as an uplist. With 27 billion roughly under management, GBTC would be...
So if we see GBTC, basically, you know, a lot of these holders, a lot of the older people, they don't like buying crypto in that sense through crypto exchanges because it's a very hard process. Have you ever bought crypto from a crypto exchange? It's absolutely terrifying. You have like so many of waiting for the transaction, thinking for all these things. Imagine if it was on a popular exchange like Interactive Brokers. Now, that's where really a lot of these high aims are hoping for. Because if we see that, imagine the possibilities. Imagine the potential of the crypto ETFs. Imagine of all the good stuff that could happen, will happen, because everyone that hasn't found out about crypto yet, maybe they never watched the news, maybe they haven't heard about it. Crypto is still not mainstream in that sense. there is so many probabilities of actually having these big crypto holders there in the long term. I am definitely excited to see that crypto bull run rising. So this is gonna be the good news about it. This is what everyone's gonna be waiting for in that sense. That's gonna be what people are gonna be expecting. So that being said, what do you guys think about this? I definitely think there's gonna be probably more cryptos going up in the near term sense, exactly as we predicted. But again, it is a big question of how and what it will do. Because if we don't see those price updates that we wanted to see, well, a lot of people will end up being disappointed. And if they end up being disappointed, you know, bad news is always going to be bad news in that sense. So definitely.
She didn't just sell the Coinbase stock, she also sold her GBTC.
So the reason why Katie Wood sold her GBTC stock is because, well, that's what she was saying is she has to fund a certain percentage on the portfolio. Now, that's what a lot of people are hoping for. She's not selling for the approval, but people are really too optimistic about this one. Like, look at this gold ETF. After gold got listed as an ETF, it saw 300% growth, but that was over 30, 40 per years. Also inflation growing. So this is the big problem about it. But if you guys want to be kept up more to date with content like this, you know what to do. Smash that like button, and I will keep you guys updated with more awesome content like this. Until next time, peace, everyone. So something huge is going to happen with Solana. So what's happening, everyone? Hopefully you're all having a fantastic day. I sure am. There's been awesome stuff happening in crypto lately. Really good news, actually, that we have been waiting for basically a long while. And it's now finally here in that sense. The thing we have been waiting for. But that being said, what is happening with crypto in the near term sense? Like, where is crypto gonna go, and what is it gonna do? Now that's the big question of, like, yeah, I am definitely looking forward to that. But that being said, seems like crypto right now, it's just getting started. So Solana has been seeing some major price growths. ETF flyers, here's the state on the play of the fee war front. Lowest long-term fee. So basically stocks are not like crypto. Every single year they basically charge a fee. So VanEck US at 0.20%. We have waivers on 3 to 6 months down to 0%. BlackRock waiver of 0.20%. So there's going to be probably no fees at the start, charging people to hold their Ethereum. So that's going to be the good news in the long-term sense, in my opinion. But what you do have to realize is crypto right now is extremely volatile. Now, what exactly does this mean? Basically means that crypto is going to be changing in the long-term sense with all these ETFs, and they're going to be competing where you can buy these ETFs. They will basically be almost the same. And all of these are basically physically backed, so they have enough Bitcoin to cover them. They at least have 6 months of them of backing, or 5 billion, 1 billion, whatever it is. They have billions of crypto. And the good news is they won't charge those fees until like maybe 6 months or something. So we have fees down to 0%, BlackRock waiver to 0.20.
Like 7 to 8 years later.
So that's the good news I'm seeing right now with crypto. We've been waiting this for a long time. And finally, the good news is here. Like, this is what people have been waiting for in that sense. So I'm definitely very excited. Hopefully you are as well, because there is going to be probably more updates to that in the long-term sense.
Later, we're seeing finally this long-awaited Bitcoin spot ETF potential.
So yeah, the spot ETF is really what people have been waiting for such a long time. Like, it's really truly incredible. With what's happening with crypto right now is just the uncertainty of where it will go, what will it do.
Actually, very close to its approval. You guys can see this for yourself. This morning was wild for Bitcoin ETF filers. Here's the state of play of the fee war front. Lowest long-term fee is Bitwise Invest at 0.24.
So yeah, these could potentially help Solana in a way that there is going to be a big collab they're gonna have more funding. So Solana is really, with these ETFs, gonna have way more money than before, really winning in that long-term sense that people have been waiting for. So that's gonna be the good news about it. I'm definitely really excited for that. But there is also a question of what else is possible. There's so much potential to see these massive bull runs we haven't seen before. There's probably going to be people winning. There's going to be people cheering, coming from these spot ETFs back into crypto, making those long-term gains possible in that sense. So in the prediction, everyone will vote, not just Bitcoin ETFs, not just Bitcoin, but also Solana.
High, if Bitcoin ETF is approved, because,
So again, like, the thing is, Solana is a layer 2 blockchain, and what that means, it has low transaction fees. Once we see layer 3 blockchains in 2030, it's going to bring a ton of people in. Right now, crypto has the biggest problem, and that is no user base. If you have no users, you don't have anything in that sense. And in that way, people were really frustrated. They didn't see anything at all in the long-term sense. They didn't see any improvements. They were honestly very, very frustrated with what happened in crypto. But I am hopeful that these few following days, we could be seeing more of these, basically crypto bull runs in that sense from other altcoins as well. Because with more people means that there's more trading volume, and with more trading volume, that means more Bitcoin holders joining. Now, if you guys want more content like this, be sure to smash that like button. I will keep you guys updated with more news. Till next time, peace out, everyone. Slightly depressed for Ethereum. Compared to Bitcoin and BNB, BNB had a huge regulation, and compared to Solana, it hasn't seen the same recovery. Sure, Solana had one of the biggest price drops because of FTX, but it's still very depressing to see, like, what are the updates, and there was a roadmap release, so that's a good news. I'm going to be explaining what's going to happen with BNB next, in my honest opinion, and why I'm still bullish on it. Most people still hold BNB for the long-term sense, but most people, they're not really interested in the long-term aspect of BNB. And, of Ethereum. What am I saying today? I haven't had my morning coffee, so we're going to be talking about Ethereum today, not BNB, but there is a big problem in that sense that Solana right now, look at this. Solana is way, way more outperforming Ethereum. And there's been a huge battle in 2021 saying basically, yeah, both of these coins, they're awesome, they're cool. But which one is going to win? Which one is going to perform better? And that's the big question of what will win. We don't know for sure. We don't know what's going to win. But here, Ethereum is obviously right now underperforming. It's been seeing these price drops. It's been seeing a lot of people staking in the long-term sense. So that is good news. So I am hopeful that basically Ethereum is going to recover in the near-term sense. Like, that would be pretty awesome news. But who knows? Like, this is crazy. Like, Ethereum has been seeing as much volume in transactions in 2018 as it's seeing today. So there's not a lot of users in crypto. Even if the price is going up, there was inflation, there was all sorts of things. So crypto still is kind of in the downturn sense. It still hasn't recovered in those aspects that we were hoping for. This doesn't mean it cannot recover in the future. It just means right now it's not seeing that potential that we want to see. It's not seeing those bull run price updates. And BNB is basically a term of the past. Right now it's Bitcoin. So let's take a look at Bitcoin's recovery over here. Look at this. Look at how Bitcoin is recovering compared to Ethereum. And those were both hand in hand. Look, they were basically hand in hand. Even during the market crashes, the worst performers, they are still really recovering in a sense. So to me, it's not that worrying. I still feel like crypto can recover. But right now, BNB has been seeing so many massive price drops that it really keeps you kind of worried in that sense of where will they go, what will they do. But in the short term, BNB is right now underperforming compared to even tokens like Kaspa. Let's take a look at Kaspa over here. Okay, Kaspa is a new coin. So even Kaspa has been seeing massive performance. Like, its worth as Ethereum would be at $4,000, $5,000. So to me, it does seem like there is going to be probably more price drops in a sense in the near term for BNB if because a lot of holders, they're staking their BNB right now. So they're not interested in utility. They're not interested in what exactly is going on. They're not interested in where BNB is going to go. So there is going to be a lot of price differences in that sense. So that's where I'm worried on in the long term for BNB. But there is probably going to be more of price opportunities in the short term as well. So there is going to be good stuff inbound as well, not only bad stuff. So if you guys want to be kept up more to date and with more content like this, be sure to also smash that like button if you guys haven't already, because there is a lot of still opportunity for the coin. But I'll keep you guys updated with more on that. Again, seems like BNB right now is still in price recovery stages, and it might take a while. It might not even see that massive price growth we were waiting for this year. It might even end up waiting for a long time. We might be ending up waiting until 2030. The reason why BNB has so much potential, it's been here out the longest. But other blockchains are overtaking it with technology, and that's the big problem. If you guys want more content, you know what to do. The like button is right there, and peace everyone.